Alright, welcome back onto my channel here. I am actually doing a brand new game, which is going to be Putt-putt Travels Through Time. This actually is one of my kid games, so it's pretty obvious that I'm doing my old childhood games. So, at the same time, however, that we're going to see what the travel through time is going to be like. So hold on to your seats, because this is going to be a long journey. So, the reason why you don't hear any sound is that because I am trying to prevent certain complications. So, only I can hear the sound and what they're speaking and what they're trying to say. Alright? So, I will tell you what the person is saying after they're done talking. Okay? So, for the time being, let's get into it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and click on... Basically, what Putt-putt said is that he better not leave home without the coin. So we're going to need the coin for something. Not sure what yet. So we're going to go ahead, hello? Alright. So there's two areas we can go, which we can go back home, or we can go over here to the bridge, which allows us to go to which is the Mr. Firebird is actually another car in this game. And we're going to his lab. So we're gonna go there and actually see what they're gonna talk about here. Okay, so they welcomed each other. Alright? So basically, is that what they're gonna do at this point? But what is this particular uncommon rocket? So it looks like a rocket to me. Okay. But let's see what Mr. Firebird has to say about it. Come on, man. Oh, there we go. So it's a time portal. Actual, not meant for travel. So you can go from the past to the future. But he's not sure if it's actually effective time portal, so he's going to show us here. Okay, so there's the fire engine lunchbox and the calculator and the history report. But... Alright, Mr. Firebird. Oh, okay. As you can see, the washing machine actually did have 5 cents on it, right? So we got some such thing, right? So we're gonna go ahead and give him the coin that we have. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen, but this is just why do we actually want to start it up, but this is not the reasons why we should open up a time portal, because sometimes things get lost real easy. So, now the key here is, I'll explain everything once I have the opportunity here. Alright, we have 4 objects, 4 items, but actually 3 items and an animal. Okay, so that's 4 things, right? Well, getting the 4 things is going to be the problem because everything at this portal is all mixed up. And you're going to see why once we get inside. And ladies and gentlemen, let's go into the portal and just nail this down without a hassle. Alright, as you can see, there is 4 sections. But I'm not going to say what they are because that is going to be spoiling everything for you. And I wonder where I should go first. Indeed is the question. But I do have a tactic of getting everything done in in a quick fashion. So we're gonna go over here to the left portal here. And indeed, where are we right now? Where are we right now? I'm kind of lost. Where am I right now? Well, it looks like get out of the way, you dumb bar. Indeed. Like, what is this? But it keeps moving every time. But what is it? We're gonna find out by going over here, I guess. It's the only path we can take. It's a dinosaur. A Brachiosaurus. It's like one of those tall dinosaurs with a long neck. Not really good about my history, but that's okay. There we go, right away. Okay, so we are actually going to move on here. But how are we going to move on any further from over here? So, alright, here we go. Alright. Alright, so this guy or this little object here, seems like it's a basic mess indeed. So this is Wheel. That's his name. Okay? Try not to get mixed up. This guy is clueless of what a putt-putt is. Alright, figuring out how to do it, indeed, we are gonna ram into it. Whoop! Oh, looks like we got a shape we have to find. Alright, so the shape we need to find is the triangle. Alright, so until we find the triangle, we'll come back at this, we'll come back to here. But we have some other sections to go next, first, actually. So it looks like we've got a pentagon right here, which I do know my shapes, okay? The circle is to my left, right over here, of the screen, not the car. From the screen to my left is where the circle is. The other 2 is actually scattered in 2 other places, but there's only one place that there's no rock at all. So keep that in mind. Alright. So, the thing about this right here, that if you're playing this game and you click on this, that will activate a theme song that's in this game here. So I'm not going to click on it personally because it just takes time. It basically wastes time just to get that done. Let's see. The next place we're going to is right here. So right here is the Age of the Dinosaurs, and here is the... So it's the Old West we're in right now. Old Wild Wild West. So we're in tire flats currently. But hey, look at this. We've got a triangle shape here. So we're going to go ahead and take the triangle. So we got the triangle shape. So we're good there. We don't need to go back just yet until we know for sure what's there yet. Alright. This is how I actually figure out of how to find everything in an orderly fashion, quick fashion, okay? So, here, there are like few things that I could actually figure out that in the window normally, that if you're playing this game, sometimes you will see a paper in the window. Alright? So that basically is your history report. But however, is being used to help find one of the patrons that are in this game here, in this area. However, he's not, well, he's here, which is right in here. Virtual glide, okay? Okay, so it looks like we got some rope to take. Alright, so normally, over here is of hay, right? There is no, fork to get the hay, right? So that's telling me the history report is not in the dinosaur ages. So that clears that out. So it's like you're playing detective of how to find your items and where they're located, basically. So that cleared that part of the area, but there's still 3 that could be in that area. Alright, so we're going to go over here. We're going to hold on to this. We're going to go over here. But we're not going to activate this train here. We're going to go ahead and... We're going to grab the oil can. And then what we're going to do, since we are not sure... Now, we only know that in this area, there's no history report. However, there's still 3 other objects that we still need to find in this area. We're not sure if it's Pep, the dog. We're not sure if it's the calculator or the fire engine, Smokey the fire engine launch box. So we're not sure if it's one of the 3. We'll find out through here. So I'm going to try to make this quick and try to figure it out. So we're going to go over here again to the dinosaur ages. Alright, now let's go over here. Now the only way to find out where the lunchbox is that if Wheel gives us the bowl that he's going to treat us with primordial soup or whatever it's called. I can't even say it right, so don't try not to blame me for it. And look what it is. We fit the bridge with that rock. Boom. Alright, now, this is the only way I could eliminate Pep from being in this area, is going over here. And if Pep is over here, this is where Pep would be. However, he is not there. because he normally would be right up here in this nest. So that eliminated Pep from being in this area. So that eliminated 2, not the other 2. So the lunchbox could be here, or the calculator could be here. So the only way to find that out is by talking to Wheel again for the 2nd time. Or the 3rd time, actually, now that I think about it. So let's go over here. Now let's, So they agreed again. But who's hungry? Well, my car is a little bit, but hey, who knows? Now, the only way to know if the lunchbox is here is that only if he puts back the bowl. Okay, see? Now, look at that. Now, Okay, so that eliminated that. So, now, I'm clueless here. So it could be either the lunchbox still or the calculator. So let's find out. Let's go up here and see. Okay, so there it is. There's the lunchbox, right? However, we can't go through. So we will come back later for that. So now we know where the lunchbox is at this point. So I'm going to leave that on my notes for now. And let's get out of this dinosaur area because it's creeping me out. Ha ha. Like it really is creeping me out. Alright. In the portal we go. Now we've got the oil can. Now we're going to go over here. Alright, so this is medieval times. So this is where like the royal king like army type things. So this is just where those medieval times you would be able to find. So we're gonna go through here. Uh-oh. We're gonna see a cutscene here. Bloop, blop. Yeah, so we're not sure who these fellows are. So these two are Princess Chassis and Woodward is actually the one that has lost his wheel. So what we're going to do here is actually help them two get the wheel back on. So what we're going to do is that we're going to show you how that's done. Alright. So don't mind me. Alright, so here we go. We're going to click on the wheel. So that that we're going to actually grab the wheel while Princess Chassis, as you can see, and whoop! And Woodward is complete with 2 wheels. Because he's one of those carriers that doesn't have a motor. So he hops. So you're going to see that in a sec. And right now, as you can see, he hops all the way to his destination, which is pretty dang good. Since he doesn't have a motor to keep him rolling, so he hops as he goes, which is pretty good for a wooded box. Alright, so now since we have the oil can, I did not show you how the oil can works, right? So this is the first time you get to see how it works. As you can see, the gate here is down, but the gate is rusted shut. So we're gonna grab this, click here, and they're gonna talk for just a little bit, but we'll find out if it does activate. And as you can see, it's going to come up with a close-up. 2, 3, and a drop. There we go. And now she's able to open it up, and the gate is up. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go in and have a little fun up in there. Even though it's a castle. Hey, it's further as far as we can go, right? Well, now, the only thing I do not know, the only way to find out. Now, okay, actually, the lunchbox, we do know where it's at, right? So that takes away one spot of this area, right? So there's 3 other areas we need to check. So we're going to go over here, get inside this castle. This M, however, if you're familiar with magicians, right? So in here is Merlin. Okay, so it looks like he doesn't have the abacus. So that takes away the calculator of where it's at. Okay, now let's go out. Let's get out of here, since there's nothing in here for us to do other than just talk to the guy, which is Merlin, which is his name. We're gonna go over here and see if Pep, and look at that. Alright, so this is gonna be a nice little mini game. Alright? However, how are we going to get Pep if we don't have the corresponding item? Right? So, alright, so it looks like we might need to find something to help us out to get Pep down, which we will have to do that in a little bit later. So we now know that the history report is not here. So that basically illuminated 3 areas, right? So now we do know where the history report is. So to actually tell you exactly where it's at, we're going to go back to the Old West for the second time. Okay, so we're going to go over there. Alright, so we're going to go to the Old West. And I'm going to tell you why we are going to go there. So now, we know now 3 main areas that we do know where all 3 items are at. So over here, we've got the lunchbox. Over here is where Pep is. But over here, we've got the history report. So that's telling you the last location of where the 4th item is the calculator, which is in this area. So we're going to go over here, help this guy out. And then we're going to go down here. We're going to actually get... we're going to help the guy out first. Or the train. Not the guy. Train. We're going to help this train. So it's going to... it's going to actually do this. So he needs a junior conductor needed for 5 cents. Which is a job pays a nickel. So we're going to help him out 2 times just to help him out so that we can use him as bait, but nothing else. Just bait, okay? So that allows us to go to one location in the track that leads him anywhere. So we're going to use this on his wheels. It's the first thing we do. Alright, so that's the first thing we do. Alright? So I might have to do 2 episodes of this. So this will be part 1 Putt-putt travels through time. So once I actually do this here, boop. When does a coin come out of a funnel of a train? When does that ever happen? Come on now. When does that happen? So now we've got one nickel. One round nickel is what he says. So we're going to use... Well, indeed, we have something that we can use to get the little spigot water spout. And we're going to do a handy rope trick to do a little lasso onto the spigot. So I'm going to show you that right here. Like, howdy, 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 cowboy. Alright, enough with me fooling around. Let's get going here. Alright. So I'm going to get 2 of the items and then call it a day. The first item that's here right now, we're going to go ahead and hop on the train car. And then we're going to go to Hubcap Hill. Alright, so there you go. There's the calculator. Oh, so you see this image, right? So we need to remember that. But how are we going to get that, though? So now the keys are actually... Oh, you know what? The keys are in this area somewhere. Not in this particular spot. So we're going to go over to the Gold River. Okay. So we're going to go to the Gold River, talk to this baboon. We're going to talk to him one more time to see if he finds something for us. Alright, so we've got the keys. Now, remember that image that you've seen. So we're going to go back to Hubcap Hill, and then we're going to go and get the history report, so that at least we did half of what needed to do. So we're going to grab these, go over here. Now, what was that image again? I believe it was this key right here. And look at that, done. Click. We actually unlocked. Now we need to go in here, get the calculator, done. So this area of the entire Old West area is done. So we don't have to come back here no more. So if we get everything, Firebird or Mr. Firebird will be able to close the time portal. So we're going to go back to tire flat station. Alright, so we're gonna get out of here, but before we actually leave the town, we're gonna go over here to the general store. Why? Newspaper! Hello? Who would have thunk that? Alright, so we're gonna grab that coin, and then we're gonna go ahead and ask. So, we're gonna go ahead and grab that. Done. And then we're gonna grab one more item, and then call it a day. Not from here, though. Alright, now, you probably are wondering why there's only one area that I haven't gone yet. Well, if you actually left in the comments saying, hey, you didn't go to the one on the far right, well, guess what? I'm just now going there. Because this is what I was saving for at the end of this episode. So that I cannot do it on the next part of this game here. So, we're going to click on this button, moves, or actually takes the path in a different direction. So we're going to go and follow that. Alright, so the first area we're going to go is right over here, but the first thing we're going to go is go over here. Alright, now as you can see, there's an item that's for free, right? So we're going to go ahead and click on that. Alright, so we've got the balloon maker, right? So we're going to go out, and now we have the item that we need to help out Pep. And yes, that's what you needed for getting Pep, so, and this is where you get it. So we're going to go to a museum, and look at that, our history report. Alright, so it looks like we can be able to trade our history report with the newspaper that we have. So that's 2 items out of what we need. Now, so that's basically going to be the end of this episode. So if you like this video, please hit that like button below and show me your support. And also subscribe if you haven't. And if you already have, you don't need to. And if you didn't, you can also hit that bell button to notify so that every time that I post, you'll be notified of any post videos that I make. So, I'm your host, SorrellMan1, and I'll catch you guys in the next exciting episode of Putt-putt Travels Through Time. So, I'll catch you guys in the next one of part 2. So, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.